What's up, tricksters, and welcome to another episode of Omen to Immortal series, a series where I'm teaching you my best Radiant tips, tricks, and strategies for Omen. Last episode we reached Diamond 3 and we need only 3 more wins for Ascendant, but in this episode you'll see why this rank is the true ELO hell. If you have any questions about Omen, feel free to ask me down in the comments, or you can join my Discord server for professional Valorant coaching. Other than that, let's hop into our first game and see if your Radiant coach is going to lose some brain cells from boosted gorillas. Remember that one of the easiest ways for you to read the next play of enemies is tracking their ultimate ability status. For an example, if enemies have Killjoy's ultimate available on the attacker side of Ascent, you need to fight for B main control, because 90% of times Killjoy players will use their ultimate to push B side and take it for free, and if they position lockdown behind this box, you won't be able to destroy it through the wall. Unfortunately, in this round I was reading my stream's chat, so I didn't pay attention at all.
Down B.
One more there, right? Okay, that's good. Now, understanding this cross smoke that I've used is extremely important, because this specific smoke we are using in 2 different examples. If you're getting hard pushed on the B side, or maybe your teammates are getting stomped, I always use one default smoke or a one-way at the choke point to stop or delay enemies' push, but also I use this smoke at the stairs if enemies already take control of the switch and some of my teammates are stuck on the actual bomb site. This smoke allows us to outmaneuver enemies and isolate them into 1 versus 1 gunfights, but in the same time, if enemies smoke CT, which they should, we can connect these 2 smokes and make a safe passage for our team to escape bomb site, survive, and play retake. Now, when it comes to retakes, every bomb site you need to look like an area that is split into multiple sectors. For an example, when I'm retaking B set of Ascent, first I want to completely isolate gunfights in Sector 1, then take the full control of Sector 2, and then I'm fighting for the final Sector 3. And because of that, I'm using this smoke to safely cross into Sector 1 and make sure that I'm not overexposed from multiple angles where enemies can kill me in some kind of a crossfire.
13 HP.
30 seconds left. 1 enemy remaining. Spike planted. Reloading.
Satchel out.
Omen, he wants to play with you.
Whenever you're like 2 versus 1, always expect that enemy is gonna play a bit more aggressive, because it is impossible for that enemy to play passive on the site and just like win that 2 versus 1. And also, by the use the shrouded stabs there just to reveal whether the Omen is, you know, where the hell is the Omen. I use it as a recon tool. Abusing elevator smokes with Omen is extremely important when you're in a numbers disadvantage or if you have a close-range weapon. These smokes are great to isolate gunfights on retakes and to reshape the map in your favor. The only mistake I've made here is that I should have used my shorty when I dropped down instead of a Vandal. I mean, this is exactly why we buy the shorty as a main secondary weapon for some easy kills. Remember, my friends, if you're an Omen main, you're also the king of eco and hull by rounds, because with so few credits invested, you can get a huge value. For an example here, we lost the first round, and since we get a lot of money from the spike plant, I decided in this eco round to play only shorty, light shield, and with my utility, instead of buying a stupid sheriff. I'm using one of my aggressive Omen setups to execute A set on Ascent and apply pressure onto enemies. Then I'm waiting for my teammates to get some contact, and this play gave me 1 free kill with full bomb site control. After that play, I'm not waiting for enemies to push me, but instead I want to surprise them and close the distance to maximize the efficiency of shorty. But
1 enemy remaining.
in these eco rounds in ranked solo queue, you don't need to play together as a team. The whole point is to surprise enemies with some weird setup or strategy and damage enemies' economy. But if you win them, that's a great bonus. In this example, I cannot wait for the Chaos utility to go down, since he can just stick the bomb or half defuse it, and the best play was just to push through the molly and surprise him with some aggressive peek.
Hush, my ultimate cover going out.
Drop the spike, Raze.
I dropped the spike.
Watch,
30 seconds left.
I have the spike.
Last
Here I was left in a 1 versus 2 post plant, and in those scenarios you always want to play a bit more aggressive to isolate gunfights and surprise enemies. You can't really stay on the bomb site like a passive potato and wait for enemies to stomp you. Elevator smokes and shorty, baby! Remember to abuse them, my friends.
Omen, Omen. Are you Radiant coach on TikTok?
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am the Radiant coach on TikTok, but also, my friends, if you enjoyed this series, make sure to subscribe on my YouTube channel, leave a like, and follow me on Twitch for some daily live streams and solo queue shenanigans.
Another.
Take flight.
Get out of my way. Bomb buddy out. Enemy spotted A.
One enemy remaining.
Shadows traveling.
Right.
Here comes the party.
The area.
Well, they,
GG, guys.
Okay, guys.
Attackers
I will
win.
follow you, Omen. I will follow you.
Thank you, man. This is exactly how you need to play Omen, man. Like, my aim, 0. Pupu kaka, man. Holding these tight angles is easier than what people think. You just need to apply the proper training routine and train your eyes to react on color changes, rather than fully visualizing enemies as objects. And all of these routines and trainings I'm sharing in my private coaching programs on my Discord server, but also on my Discord you can access the Omen rank playbook with all of my strategies and tactics on every single map for Valorant solo queue. Remember to keep this tip 24/7 in your big brain. If enemies are in numbers disadvantage, always expect them to play a bit more aggressive, make sure that your teammates are playing on refrag potential, and don't allow enemies to surprise you or isolate your team into 1 versus 1 gunfights. Play smart, use your brain, and close easy rounds.
One enemy remaining.
Nice kill. Flashing.
Spike planted.
Blinding.
Side. Nice.
Now, this specific teleport peek on B-Long I've already explained in the previous episodes of this series, so make sure to watch every video from beginning to the end if you don't want to miss some important information for your solo queue grind, my dear tricksters.
Watch this.
Nice, I flash.
Hawk out.
They wall showers.
Blind.
I dog.
Time to hunt.
Cover going out.
Kill you here.
Jet no charges.
Shuttle out.
No one backside. Yes! Please, yes.
Spike down B. One enemy remaining.
Ultimate is ready.
Nice, Omen, well played.
Fuck you, yet, man.
Whenever you have a bad day when it comes to your aim, coffee gives you 20% more aimbot. But even with coffee, aimbot, and big brain, some games are simply out of your control. Remember, my friends, that you cannot win every single game. You just need to make sure that your green carpet is bigger than your red carpet, and that you are fully focused and mentally ready to play the next match. And I was definitely not ready to play the next game after this.
Unimportant.
This is a really good angle to abuse if you get an opportunity in the post plant. A lot of players are unfamiliar with the crosshair placement for this position and they won't expect you.
One enemy remaining.
You cannot bait these players, you know, like a Radiant player there would be looking at the lower ground. In that example, I try to fake jumping down by masking the sound of my drop with a bullet, but players below Immortal 3 don't really pay attention to those kind of details, so in the end, it doesn't even matter. Here's a big tip for y'all. If there's mental abominations, maniacs, and unstable gorillas in your team that simply don't wanna win, mute them and never unmute them ever again. They will never give info, they will just rage or flame or troll or distract you. Play the game, try your best, and try to protect your mental health for the next match. Because with these type of players, games are already lost before they even start.
Push on the side!
One enemy remaining.
This was a mistake. This was a mistake. This was a mistake. This was a mistake. And if you are that type of person, I'm sorry that your father went for milk 20 years ago and never came back, but I just want to win a game of Valorant, carry you, and never see you again. Thank you for your understanding.
Attackers win.
I knew it from the start of the game, man. As soon as I heard the voice of my Yoru, it was obvious.
One hut. One side. 2, 3. Low
Last
HP harbor.
player standing.
Of course. Low HP harbor.
One enemy remaining.
Remember, my friends, you're playing Omen, the master of deception. Use your utility to play with enemy's mind and isolate angles for smarter gunfights.
Let's go.
Once again, this is the proof that Omen is truly the king of eco rounds if you abuse your utility and close-range weapons in a smart way.
110 harbor.
Last player standing. Spike down A.
Careful behind you.
Shadows traveling. Three
30 seconds left.
shadows traveling.
No way, she went back.
One enemy remaining.
You have spike, you have ult, I mean.
Ready. Watch them run.
Oh, bro,
10
you didn't
seconds
get it.
Yes, this is Charlatan. Solo queue Valorant coach since closed beta. All-time Radiant that reached the highest rank 20 times dominating ranked games. He also got top 74 in EU. He has over 5,000 hours on Omen, arguably one of the best Omen players in ranked solo queue. Yes, he just got 4 kills in a round where he purchased only a shorty and light shield on attack. He went from 1 vs 5 to 1 vs 1, isolating gunfights in an extremely smart way. He was also farming his ultimate just for this specific outplay to pick up the spike. And yes, his mouse slipped from his hands, he missed the spike, and now he doesn't have time to pick it up. Good job, you monkey. Now let's reset after that shenanigan and let's hop into another Monty Python round. Here we took the C set for free because enemies were playing retake with Killjoy's ultimate. In these situations where you didn't plant the spike yet and Killjoy does the ultimate, it's always better to disengage, don't plant the spike, go back, regroup and reset the round if you have enough time to do that and if you cannot destroy the Killjoy's ultimate. But in this scenario, my teammates stick the plant, enemies take enormous amount of space after the Killjoy's ultimate, and we only won this round because enemies played it horribly wrong.
It's half.
Nowhere to run!
Diffusion. Diffusion, guys.
One enemy remaining.
Not diffusing.
no.
Stop. Now no.
Okay.
Хорош, блядь!
My friends, Valorant is definitely a mentally taxing game, so make sure to visit your psychotherapist at least once per week.
Nice GG!
Well played, my friends. Very good game, guys.
What was this match, bro? On retakes with Omen, you really need to be extremely adaptive, think 2 steps ahead, and use your full brain capacity. Since I'm in a 1 vs 2 retake with only a judge, I need to be creative with my utility to properly isolate gunfights and to close the gap with enemies. First, I smoke on top of the site, but I teleported on the Sage wall instead to make the enemies think that I've TP'd into the smoke. This play was risky, but it's worth a try since enemies can literally be anywhere. After that kill on Sage, Sova used his ultimate from long, and I was willing to tank 1 shot of Sova's ultimate to half defuse the spike and escape the 2nd shot with my shrouded steps. But Sova for some reason faked his ultimate and literally outplayed himself.
The sky. I have the spike.
After pushing A site and taking heavy casualties, I got my ultimate from killing the Sage, and I immediately TP onto the C site. When you're playing Omen, always keep the track of how many ult points you need for the ultimate, because this ability is amazing for clutch scenarios and outplays. Now, after I planted the spike, I pushed mid because I'm in a numbers disadvantage and I cannot give enemies any space to play on refrag potential, and I'm trying to catch some enemies off guard if they're maybe retaking the site through the window or T-spawn. Then I heard both of them on site, so I placed this one way on top of the spike to make them think that I'm defending it from C long.
One enemy remaining. Clutch.
You forget.
That timing was really good, man. That timing was really good. I was listening to the footsteps of both sides, and I realized that Omen is a bit faster than Jet, so I knew that I can kill Omen before the Jet peaks because I had a one-way smoke, man.
Watch your eyes.
You will not kill my allies.
Defend.
I don't know, man. Like I feel literally like today, 3 games that we lost. Like teammates are literally trolling us, man. On the attacker side. Like there is absolutely no fucking way that this match, and this match, my teammates were playing seriously. Now, after these 2 wins and 3 lost games, we didn't get into Ascendant, but hey, we're still 10+ rank rating positive, baby! My friends, always look on the bright side of life. Yes, that's the name of the song from Monty Python's Circus, because today's matches were the absolute clown fiesta! Let's see how many games I'll need to get into Ascendant on Omen and with this type of teammates. Thank you for the support, and I'll see you, my dear tricksters, in the next one.